Evening, ladies and gentlemen, race fans. Welcome to the Checker Flag Network. This is JC bringing you some SOMO Series action. Been a while since we've been here with the SOMO Series. They had a couple week off break, and it feels like it's been longer than that. Brad will be joining us here in the booth a little bit later. He's doing some spotting for another driver in another series. I've been watching some practice, and Michael Trevarton's been leading the most of this practice tonight, running a 21.345 as his fastest lap, but we're all within pretty much 3/10 through the top 10, so it's about anybody's guess of who's going to win this thing tonight. And looks like we just actually turned over to qualifying already. So we're going to get you caught up on qualifying here. A little bit early for qualifying, but we got on air just in time. And here's Paul Zoda first out in the track in the number 63 Ford Mustang. Going to lay down his lap. Practice was pretty busy. I did hop in my car myself and turn some laps, and it's 83 degrees out. Or the track temperature is 83 degrees. Sorry about that. And it went down a degree, so that'll help out a little bit. But every lap was like he was fighting it. So definitely a slick track. And some times are coming in. Mark Jenkins in the 33 is going to jump to that first spot with a 21.468. Let's jump over to Trevarton, who led most of practice. And he's put in his times, and he's going to fall a little short of that pole position. Points leader Ryan Gemmel's getting ready to take the track. We'll let him get his warm-up lap in, and Todd Cray is on track, and he's taking a green flag for his first lap. And he was the winner of the DRL series race on Sunday night. We might pull him into the booth here real quick, get a little interview with him. He lays down a fast lap of 21.45. And then Trevarton throws down a faster lap, so Trevarton went and made a lap and then went and maybe changed something, come back out and laid down a faster lap. Jeff Hollingsworth's out on the track right now. It's showing after his lap he's in 10th at the moment. And that was his last lap. And Ryan Gemmel ran a lap and then came in to pit, and he's warmed up his tires there as you saw, and he's going to take another lap. Take a second lap. Grabs the green flag there. Want to come up to take a second lap, and that's going to pull him into second place. See the 93 car's got his laps in. He's showing 9th place right now. Hollingsworth got his laps in, showing 7th. I believe everybody has their laps in right now. Be ridden up here in about 30 seconds. So we're set up for 135 laps here tonight at Richmond International Raceway. See if I can grab Trey and bring him in here.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Todd Cray, this is JC in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, I seen you get the win the other night in the DRL series. How do you feel about tonight?
Feeling pretty good. Just no big mistakes. We've got some long run speed. It's a little loose here tonight, so like usual. Feeling good. Richmond's a good track for us, so just got to stay clean and not making mistakes, and we should be able to contend.
All right, sounds good. We appreciate you stopping in, and we're excited to watch this race tonight.
Yeah, sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Good luck.
User was moved out of your channel.
So Michael Trevarton's going to bring this field to the green flag. Points leader. Gemmel's on the outside of him. Todd Cray, who we just spoke to, is going to be starting off in 3rd. Mark Jenkins in 4th. Shane Papala in 5th. Rob Jenkins in 6th. Jeff Hollingsworth in 7th. Dale Glessner in 8th. Patrick Desaunier in 9th. David Gainforce got himself a good starting spot tonight. He's going to roll off in 10th. Paul Zoda in 11th. Larry Holloway in 12th. Brad Speidel in that 13th spot. Wait for him to grid up so I can't get him. Jeff Sharp is in that 14th spot. I'm sorry, Brad Hicks in the 14th spot. Jeff Sharp's in the 15th spot. Kurt Davidson in the 41. 17th, Mike Grandy. Stephen Parks in 18th. Tyler Blankenship in 19th. AJ Cruz in 20th. That's going to round out your field as we had 20 cars log in. And we are going to get some exciting side-by-side short track racing tonight. And this place is always quite the show to watch no matter what series is running on it. You'll see Trevarton bringing the line here as pace car lights are out. 2 warm-up laps. And we're going to get to green flag racing. Ryan Gemmel's had some issues in the last couple of weeks and he's kind of lost his point lead he had, and did just enough last week to hold it. See if his luck can change here tonight. And the green flag is out, and we are racing at Richmond. See that 20-car field come through turn 1 down the back stretch and into 3. Trevarton jumps out to the lead. Todd Cray's going to slide underneath him and take away that second spot. We'll go on board here some tonight, and you can see how these guys are pedaling the throttle to get around this place. We'll hop on board with Todd Cray right now. And we're early in the run, so 2-3 laps in. Tires are really slick, no heat buildup in them. And they kind of got to fight them, and then they'll go into about 10 laps in. They're real comfortable. The cars are nice, and they flow up the track nice. I can't say they're loose or tight here, but and then once you start dropping 20-25 laps in, we'll hop back in these cars, and you'll see how bad they're fighting the gas and then they're fighting the steering wheels. But yeah, right here, Todd Cray's just smooth through all the turns, nice and smooth field turn, and we'll hop back in here 25 in, and you're not going to see quite the same picture. Jeff Hollingsworth's moved up a spot since the green flag fell in that 97 machine. Paul Zoda's moved his way into the top 10. You see the 9-car Grandy hold it to the bottom, and he's going to take away that 10th position again. And Mike Grandy's a big mover already. Started 17th and already has his way worked up to 11th. .221 and 6 still in line up front. Looking at Brad Hicks right there, the 86 car. He's currently sitting second in the point standings. Everybody's kind of fell into a line here. The field comes at you, and Richmond's one of them tracks where you kind of get settled into position and
joined your channel.
Try to ride it out a little bit, and you can ride it out, keep your nose clean, and be here at the end. You can definitely have a good finish no matter where you started. And Brad just joined us in the booth. Hey, Brad.
Hey, JC, how's it going?
Oh, good. We just got the green flag here. We're 11 in, and everybody's kind of lined up and looking to survive this thing tonight.
Heck yeah. I'm just trying to find it right now to get in with you.
Trevarton's got about a 2-3 car lead now. Gemmel's got about 6 cars behind the second place car, Cray. And looks like Mark Jenkins is getting ready to put some pressure on this 6 car. Hop around the field a little bit, give you some different camera angles. Front of Todd Cray in second place right now. trying to hunt down that 2. Rob Jenkins in the 71, sitting in 7th. Back to Mike Grandy, still in that 10th spot. We moved up from 10th to 17th. Your top 3 are still about the same spread they've been since the beginning of the race. And minimal cautions with the series, so it'd be quite something if you can go caution-free at Richmond for 135 laps.
Well, you know, if there's any league that can do it, it's definitely the SOMO guys.
Here's Mike Grandy hunting down the 30 car, Dale Glessner, to take away that 9th spot. Kind of the battle we got going right now on the track.
And Mike's digging pretty hard right now to try to go get the 30 of Dale.
Yeah, he started 17th and picked up 7 positions in the first 8 laps, so not sure what happened, but he grabbed the lot early. We see Cray starting to sneak up on that 2 car.
Yeah, and watching up there, we now got Jeff Hollingsworth, who's going to move up here into 5th, and he's going to go try to chase down the 4th and take that spot.
Hollingsworth is pretty strong at practice. I rode with him a little bit before I went on air, and has a nice smooth line. As you see, the 33 kind of taking a peek at the 6 as he got up the track there just a little bit. Hop on board here, Mark Jenkins. We'll go gyro cam so you can see how the bank the Richmond International Raceway is. Carries a nice little bank so you can get the run off the corner. This is going down into turn 1, what you're looking at. Hear how long they're off the throttle, letting the car do the work, rotate through the turn, and then right back onto the throttle. And he's all over the back of that number 6 car.
Yeah, Jenkins about gave him a bump right there. He's letting Ryan know, man, we got to get going. And Ryan does the smart thing there. He moves up the track and says, all right, Mark, you go if you're quicker.
Yeah, Mark wiggles a little bit there coming off the turn, but he should seal the position up here. And he does. And Hollingsworth's taking a little peek underneath that 6 car and going to maybe try to do the same thing he just seen Jenkins do to get him or get around him. No changes up front. Todd Cray inches closer and closer to the back bumper of that 2 car.
Yeah, he's got there a couple times. He just can't seem to find the right hold to try to throw it in and take that top spot away from Trevarthen.
We talked to Cray here just after practice on air and got the win with the DRL boys on Saturday or Sunday night, and he was feeling pretty confident about his chances here tonight. So we are almost at that 30 lap mark. We just hit lap 29. Now we'll hop on board back with Cray, where we were at the beginning of the race. And you'll see he's off the gas a lot longer and fighting the wheel probably just a little bit more, although he still looks smooth. So down into one, we definitely let off the gas a lot sooner. Got the wheel turned a little bit more, but he's got a huge run right here off the corner. He brought that thing off the bottom. You can see he's not fighting the wheel. He's got a little more turn in it, and he's letting the throttle lay off a little bit longer.
And if he can get a run like he did last time, he should be able to get him here.
Once you get some wearing on these tires here, it seems like it's a one-lane track. You kind of got to go in high and try to get a huge run and catch them on the inside, or just be patient and wait for them to make a mistake. Ray jerks it down to the bottom there and just trying to get that run, but wasn't able to do it. As we look back, and Hollingsworth still looking at the back of that 6 car. Through the field trying to see who didn't make it, because usually we carry about 24, 26 cars in here, and I don't see Joey Lamb didn't make it tonight.
We're missing Blake Ether also.
Yeah, he had his way worked into the top 10 in points, so that's going to be a hit for him. Mark Jenkins in that 3rd spot, maybe starting to wind in the 21 here a little bit for that 2nd spot. So we got Hollingsworth getting ready to make a move here on Gemmel.
He got a really good run coming off it too there, and he's going to power off and close the door on Ryan there coming off of 4.
Yeah, definitely locked that spot in.
And Shane's sneaking up in there too.
Yeah, Shane's looking to take away the 5th spot. Patrick Bassanier in that 93 cars, sitting in 8th spot in that Infinite Hero Chevy. Still settled in here up front. '89's peeking underneath the 6 here and see if he can get the run down the front straight. Not going to be able to get it done this time. There we go.
There he goes.
Went down and got a good bite off the corner there, and he's going to throw it in pretty hard there, going into 3.
Now, if he can get a good run coming in here into 1, he should have Ryan cleared by the time they come off 2.
It looks like Ryan's kind of just got high and said, there you go, buddy.
Yeah, I think right now Ryan's just trying to ride along because we got now Rob Jenkins right there all over the rear door of Ryan, and he's going to try to take the top 5 spot from him.
Yeah, getting into the part of the run here where the cars really start to get tight coming off the corner. Six is able to fend him off that lap, but he gets a nose inside. Maybe he's gonna
They're touching, I think.
root him up out of the line and take the spot away here going into 3. So Rob Jenkins on pins and needles there takes the spot away from the 6. And he's going to move up to the 6th position.
Yeah, but if anybody was more concerned about that, I think it may have been Ryan, even though he didn't give him any room. But that'd have been a quick way to make a bad points night.
And leaders come up on the 17 of Stephen Parks, and he gets up out of the way, and a non-issue. We still got 2 and 21 going at each other here up front.
Yeah, those two haven't split apart, but they've definitely put a little bit of a gap over 3rd there on Mark Jenkins.
.47 laps into this thing already. As these short tracks, these laps click off when you run a green. Top 10's on the board to your left.
I'm kind of watching those lap times right now, and the one car that hasn't fallen off with the leaders is Hollingsworth. They're running about the same lap times.
Yeah, we're leader's first lap of the race was his fastest lap was at 21.5, and we've almost dropped the whole second. Caution's out on the track.
It looks like Larry Holloway, and don't hold me to it, but I think it was Brad Spidell that was caught up in the wall up there with him.
Caution number 1 comes out here on lap 51 for an incident with the 70. See if we can get a look here at what went down. And the 86 is looking to make a move on the inside and catches his quarter. And it's a 70 sideways. No harm, no foul there. And Spidel must have had issues earlier in the race. He's showing 18 laps down.
Yeah, when I logged in here, I caught him on pit lane, so something had to give him a hard time right away in the beginning.
It's like maybe Paul Zoda maybe had an issue too. Catch. It's actually logged off the server as of right now.
Papala, our big mover, gaining 2 spots coming out of the pits.
didn't catch them entering pit road, but here they are on the pit stops. Pit road pretty busy with all your lead lap cars coming in, getting 4 fresh tires and a full can of Sunoco race fuel.
You know, is that what I'm doing wrong? Because I'm still running Turbo Blue.
Yeah, that's probably what you have going on.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get quicker. I gotta change to Sunoco.
After pit stops, Trevarton stays on top. Cray's in second. Brad mentioned Papala moves up 2 spots, take over that 3rd spot. Jeff Hollingsworth's moved his way up into 4th. Mark Jenkins into 5th. Gemmel in 6th, and he's happy to get some fresh tires. And Rob Jenkins in the 71's in 7th. Patrick DeSaunay, the 93 in 8th. Dale Glessner in 9th, and AJ Cruz moves himself into the top 10 first time tonight.
You know, when I was flipping through there, I am digging Patrick's car.
Yeah, that's a sharp Infinite Hero paint scheme he's running. If you want to watch an Infinite Hero series, SR Broadcasting has that on Sunday, Sunday nights. And I believe they go green flag about 8:30 with that series, the RL series. Another top class A Cup series. Quite a few of these guys run both series. Track temperature down to 84 degrees. And we're going to go green here. Green flag's out. Let's see if Todd Craig puts these 4 fresh tires to work. Or if he's going to hold off and save them babies.
Man, Papala got super loose off of 2, and he's gonna drop 2 spots due to it. Mark Jenkins, he second guesses being clear and floats back up to let Papala come back to his door.
Door to door coming out of 4.
He's loose again.
It's pretty slick until these tires come in. And they can see him kind of having a hard time keeping hold of that thing as he's trying to run a lower line, which he's been running a pretty low. He's been throwing it in pretty low all night, and with the fresh tires, it just don't work as good as until they get a little worn in. But yeah, he's going to lose a few costly spots there.
Man, his pit crew's down there like, man, everything we worked hard to get you gave back up.
Rob Jenkins trying to get back up to his bumper. In case he gets loose again, he could steal the spot away.
Yeah, it looks like Shane now, he's at least calmed himself down and he's back to his marks.
97 of Hollingsworth has worked his way up to 3rd. And he started 7th on the grid. Cars pretty much settled into single file throughout the field. you.
Bless you.
I tried to. I tried to mute it before I did that. I didn't make it. Thank you.
And just scrolling through, we are single file all the way through this SPAC, and the real battle is still up in the front.
Looks like Mark Jenkins starting to close up to the back of the 97 a little tighter here this last lap or two.
Yeah, but Jet's bringing him right up there to Cray, so... Mark's just getting into the corner so nice.
Yeah, he really gets into turn one really good. And you've seen him that last lap. He really closed up a lot. Probably had to back out of the throttle. See if we can find a pretty tight battle throughout the field, but everybody's kind of just settled back into the keep your stuff clean and don't push the envelope yet as we're reaching lap 70, so we reached over halfway of this race already. This is your top four on the screen.
You know, watching those top four, it's kind of funny because it's like Hollingsworth and Jenkins reels in the Trevarthen and Cray, and then those two pull back out a little bit on them. Oh, Hollingsworth loose, and Jenkins is going to take the spot.
Jenkins has been waiting for that spot for a good while.
And Mark, he's just so patient and smart about picking the battles when to throw it in there. And it paid off for him there to take over third.
Mentioned Paul Zoda logged out. He has connection issues, so we'll call it mechanical failure. I think it's safe to call it that.
Well, in the iRacing world, that's definitely what it is.
Wide angle view of the Richmond International Raceway. what's been Todd Cray's view all night. Looking at the back of that Alliance Truck Parts Mustang of Michael Trevarton. And Trevarton's led every lap tonight.
Yeah, right now Todd's just praying that maybe Parks will hold him up a little bit and allow him to get to his bumper. As Sparks puts it way up there by the wall, he says, I ain't getting in the middle of that, you boys go.
A little bit of info about Richmond International's 3/4 mile track. And a lot of people ask, where do you measure a track from? Well, it's measured 13.5 feet in from the safer barrier. So a little bit longer around the top, a little bit shorter around the bottom like most tracks, but actually the information tells us exactly where it's measured from. So I find that pretty interesting. It's 60 feet wide average, 14-degree bankings in turns, 8 degrees at the start-finish line, and 2 degrees on the 860-foot backstretch. Holds 51,000 seats. So a little track with big track capacity.
Man, I don't want to ruin it for Todd, but he's got himself right back to the bumper of Trevarton there. Every time though I seem to mention it, Trevarton pulls the lead back out on him, so.
It's kind of been a back and forth battle. Almost like they have a bungee cord attached to each other.
Oh, we got a battle going on for 8th there. Mike Grandy was under fire from Patrick, and for the second there, I thought we were going to get our second caution. Patrick's gonna throw it in deep under Mike there. He's got him cleared coming off 4. It looks like we're gonna have a battle for the lead shaping up here. I don't know if Trevarthen just burnt the tires up or if Todd Gray's becoming a little more aggressive. So he gives the look there coming off of 4. He's at the quarter panel. Can he throw it in deep in 1 and take it over? He's got the spot.
Yeah, I think he realized that we were coming up on 100 laps to go, and it was just time to get moving. So I've been muting my mic in and out because I keep sneezing. But did I have it muted for the question who has the most wins here?
That you did.
All right. So who has the most wins at Richmond all time? And it's been around quite a while, so I wouldn't go too new school with your guesses. But yeah, Todd Cray says, "See you later, alligator." Because he's pulling out to quite the lead. Jenkins is actually closing up on a 2 here rather quickly, so.
You know what? I'm thinking about that, and I'm going to go with a full wild card and say Rusty Wallace.
That's a pretty solid guess. And actually, whenever I was looking at the question, I was kind of thinking more new school. Well, newer school. I do remember Rusty Wallace was quite the hawk here. But he actually only has 5 wins at this track. I got a battle going for... I'm sorry, that was the lap cards. I was trying to figure out this trivia thing.
I mean, Mark, he's driving his butt off right now trying to catch Trevarthen.
We're going to go with the guess on the broadcast tonight. Guess was Richard Petty, so guessing my mom Googled that. Or, you know, she's old school, so maybe she's down with the old school racer. But, yeah, Richard Petty has 13 all-time wins here. Ten of those wins were from 1970 to 1975, so that was a dominant 5 years. In 10 races at this track in 5 years. Bobby Allison has 7. David Pearson has 6. BW has 6. And the guy I originally thought might be towards the top, Rusty Wallace, he also has 6. See Hollingsworth here closing up on the back of the 33. Have a battle here for the 3rd spot. There's another guy I thought that, you know, Hollingsworth.
Oh! Jenkins, it looked like somehow spun the tires there, and it allowed Hollingsworth just to drive around him.
Yeah, I kind of had that look like maybe Hollingsworth was going to get up into him there. Something, it looked a little weird, but he locks down and he's going to take over that 3rd spot as he's on the move here as we get down to 34 laps to go. So the Intimidator has 5. Then more new school will say Kyle Busch has 4. So that's the top 7 all-time wins at Richmond. Todd Craze worked up to a 1.3 second lead. I'm wondering if he just was sitting back there patient, saving his tires. His plan was around the lap 100 just to take off.
You know, it wouldn't shock me, because I think Cray likes to play that cat and mouse game a little bit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen him do it. And she says there was no Google involved. She knew that, so there you go. I didn't realize she was a race fan back in the day, but everybody loved the King.
Hey, now don't be selling your mom short.
Laps to go now as Todd Cray took over on lap 93 and led 15 laps. And you know, I did bring him in here and talk to him, Brad. So if he wins this thing, I think maybe we could finally put the curse to bed.
Oh, Trevarthen was loose as could be coming through the small little tri-oval there. He was definitely had his hands full there. You can tell it's throwing him all off. He can't even hit his marks right now.
Yeah, I almost wonder if he tried to find a faster line and it just wasn't working for him. Kind of one of them things you do once you start slowing down a little bit and you see the leader walking away. You try to find a line where you can just pick up a little more speed, and in this track it's really hard to do that. You pretty much got to make the speed out of the line you pick. But it looks like he settled back in, but Hollingsworth is closed up on, and maybe he's going to hunt him down here for that 2 spot. And back and forth, we got Mark Jenkins and brother Rob moved into the 5th spot, so the Jenkins brothers having a good night for Judy. Kapala's hanging in that 6th spot. Ryan Gemmel in 7th. You can see how much lower Kapala runs a line than everybody else there in that shot. '93's still hanging in the top 10 around that 8th spot. He's been pretty solid in that spot all race. Dale Glessner in the 30th in that 9th spot, and Mike Grandy in that Castrol Mustang hanging in the top 10. It's Jeff Sharp starting to close in on him. Try to move himself into the top 10. Todd Cray right now is in lap traffic. It's around Spidle, and he's working on that 101 of Gainforth. Gainforth's going to drift high and let him take that spot. Gainforth's running a pretty sweet paint scheme tonight. The chocolate frosted flakes, 101 Toyota. Pretty slick looking scheme on the 101 tonight.
You know what that paint scheme is? It's great.
I'm thinking, I don't know where you're going with that, but yeah, I don't know how I didn't think that.
You just didn't think I'd go there.
I don't. It's a good one. See Rob and Jenkins trying to Wine and his brother Mark. This is for bragging rights at work tomorrow.
You know, I know I made the joke that, you know, it's for the last chicken leg at Thanksgiving, but I wonder if they bet a pizza. You know, whoever finishes the front of the other one has to order them a pizza at the end of the night.
Sounds fair enough to me. My brother actually talking about getting a wheel and trying this out. I tell you, he'd be buying me a bunch of pizza. I don't know if his skills driving a regular car is any good.
Shots fired.
Looks like Hollingsworth's reached the back of the 2 car. We're inside 16 to go.
Yeah, he's gonna throw it under him there.
Hollingsworth's going to take that second spot away. Don't look like the 2's going to fight him too much. Well, maybe.
What I've been noticing between those two, it looks like Trevarthen just lost the rotation through the center. I mean, you saw it just right there. Hollingsworth drops it right down on the yellow line, and Trevarthen's about a half a car up.
Yeah, let's hop on board with that too and see if he's how bad he's fighting that wheel. And it looks like he's fighting the thing at the start-finish line. See how far left he's rotating and waiting forever to get back on the throttle. Definitely tight condition here. See the nose sliding out from underneath him. Todd Cray's worked a 4.2 second lead over Hollingsworth. And this is on board with Todd Cray. 21 car. And Cray's still holding a pretty wheel, looks like.
I mean, coming down to 10 to go here, I think Todd Cray could just set that thing on cruise control right now.
Yeah, he's definitely got it hooked up. I mean, he's just so smooth on the wheel, he's not fighting it at all. Got a pretty wheel, that's for sure. Hop on board here with Hollingsworth, see how he's fighting it. Just see him spin the tires as he was going across the start-finish line. Definitely hear him in the tires. He's letting off way early. Actually, Cray's putting about a tenth to almost 2/10 a second on him right now. But definitely a good run. Started 7th and got his way worked up to 2nd here. We're inside 10 to go. Seconds here looks like forever. Almost a quarter of the track. Inside 7 laps to go, and Todd Cray's put on the clinic here in the second half of this race. I should say the third half.
Yeah, once Cray put it in the lead, there's been no looking back for him.
Second caution of the night, I was going to bring up the points and show how tight they were, but we just didn't have that. We're inside 5 laps to go, and here's your point standings real quick. Coming in, Gemmel had the lead. He was only ahead by 6 of Brad Hicks, and Hicks is in 15th spot right now. So maybe safe. Pala, 28 points behind the lead. Hollingsworth in 4th, 37 behind the lead. So good points night for Hollingsworth. Trevarton was behind him. That's a good night for him also. And Joey Lamb did not show up, and Blake Heather did not show up. I don't know if James Bueller showed up either. So 3 of the top 10 didn't show tonight. So yeah, that's going to be rough for them guys. We are on 3 to go here.
Now, I wouldn't be shocked to see next week to see Cray in that top 10.
Yeah, he's definitely had a great season and hasn't ran all the races, so he's got extra work to do to get himself up in there. We're coming down to a lap and a half to go. White flag is in the air, and 21 takes it. A 4.7 second lead. Todd Cray looks like he's going to pick up another win and lead 45 laps tonight. Todd Cray picks up the win. Jeff Hollingsworth in 2nd. Michael Trevarton in that 3rd spot. Rob Jenkins finished 4th. Mark 5th. Gemmel comes in 6th. Dale Glessner 7th spot. Shane Papala is 8th. Mike Grandy 9th. Jeff Sharp finishes in that 10th spot. Grab Michael Trevarton here before he logs off. Pretty dominant first half of the race for Michael. He led 90 laps. And
Oh, I found him here.
did you? Okay.
I'll pull him up for us.
All right. Gonna be a good night for him. Points wise.
Oh, it won't let me. It says I do not have the power to do it. He's right under Paul.
Power.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey Mike, this is JC and Taz in the booth. You copy?
What's up, man?
Well, led 90 laps tonight. Pretty dominant. Was riding along with you. Looks like the thing got really tight there towards the end of the race, around lap 90 or so. Kind of had to fight her from there to the finish.
Yeah, it was actually snap loose. I was naming it Richmond on ice.
But 90 laps, so and to finish 3rd, it's going to be a good points night for you. You can't be too disappointed in that, but leading 90 laps, you kind of like to take the checker flag with that.
No, anytime you finish top 3 behind Todd Cray and Jeff Hollingsworth is a win for me. I know, like I said, we led a lot of laps, fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, but Todd was obviously quicker on the long run. I knew I was holding him up, but once he got around me, he put a couple second gap in. So, good night all overall. And, man, hate to give one away like that.
Well, it was entertaining. Any sponsors you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I definitely want to give a shout out to you guys in the booth. Definitely want to give a shout out to Paul Zada that puts on these races. Awesome league here, SOMO. Great group of guys, and hats off to Todd Crayford win.
All right, we look forward to seeing you next week. I think we're at Talladega. That should be a pretty fun race.
Roll the dice, baby.
Take care this week.
All right, man. Thanks.
User was moved out of your channel.
Michael Trevarton there finishes third. Jeff Hollingsworth. Bring him in.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Jeff, this is JC and Taz in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, man, how you doing?
Good. Been a while since we've seen you up here.
Yeah, I've had a run of bad runs,
Hey,
but today's a different day, buddy.
you'll have that. Just looks like maybe you played patience, kept your nose clean, and you saved a little tires here towards the end and was able to make moves and get up into the second spot. So, tell us a little bit about your race and what you had going on there.
Well, I raced here on Sunday in the Die Hard League, and I learned a lot about how to run, where to run, and anyways, I'm old and slow anyway, so I just was able to take my time and wait for him to come to me, and it worked out.
Well, that strategy, it definitely worked out. I was a little bit late getting in here today, and as soon as I jumped in, you were moving your way up to the front with no issues.
Yeah, I think John's got an open mic. I'm hearing myself.
Sorry.
Anyways, yeah, I qualified decent and everything, but like I said, I like this track, and long green runs suit me. It was a lot of fun, man. A lot of clean and green.
Well, you must not be too old if you heard that.
I don't know. I'm 52. I don't know how old everybody else is in here, but
Well, flashback here to week one. We was at Daytona, and you was pretty dominant there until the V-Speed guys. But we're heading to Talladega. Looking like maybe the same thing's going to go on here. You're going to be pretty dominant up there next week.
yeah, Talladega, it's a crapshoot. I usually race pretty decent, and if you can dodge the stuff and be there at the end, you have a chance.
Yep, we look forward to seeing you next week.
Hope so.
Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my team, Old Guys Rule, James, Ron, Charlie, and Robert, and shout out to Todd for, dang man, he won by like 5 seconds over me. So, and good racing with Michael and Rob and Mark and Ryan and all the other dudes in here. It was just a good, clean race. And thanks you guys, and thanks for Paul, and thanks to what's the nail company? Color Street.
Yeah, Lucinda's Color Street nail strips.
There you go.
There you go. So we look forward to seeing you at Talladega next week. Take care this week.
You too, my friend. Be safe.
You too.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Todd Cray, this is JC and Taz in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, we talked to you. I talked to you at the beginning, and I didn't curse you because we had a thing going where we talked to people at the beginning and they crashed out. So the curse is broken, and you're picking up your second Richmond win this week.
Oh, got you there. Yeah, Richmond's a great track for me. Always has been. And going back to the pre-race talk there, staying clean, not taking on any damage, not making any moves that are jeopardize the long run. And Mike's a former teammate of mine, so I know how good of a driver he is. And he really put it on me there for a while. But fortunately, I was able to, round those turns off a little better, probably feather the gas a little better. And but yeah, Mike put it on me all night long. So that was a fun race.
Yeah, we rode in car with you, and we rode in car with a lot of guys tonight, just so we could see how they was fighting the wheel. And your wheel was definitely just smooth all night long.
Yeah, I was changing up a little bit. I like that high line when we're out in the open. Uh, but then I was losing time going into the turn. We changed it up a little bit, but yeah, managing that tires and that throttle coming off the turn, lap after lap after lap. If you can control that as the run goes on, which it did, especially there at the end, it really came to me.
Yeah, so look, well, good seeing you tonight. You led 45 laps, and next week's Talladega. Uh, what's your thoughts on Talladega?
Oh, Talladega for us is a roll of the dice. Yeah, it's nice. There's a lot of respectful guys here, a lot of give and take. So I expect a good run. Maybe turn into some fuel mileage or see how that's going to work. Get some teammates or find guys to work with and pit right and stay clean again. Damage at Talladega will take you right out. So just be consistent, be patient, find some guys to work with, and try to put it up front again. We're having a little run going here.
Sounds good. Anybody you want to thank this week?
Well, my good luck charm, she's been really giving me a lot of good luck. My cousin Jessica, my Uncle Paul's birthday is this week, so I want to shout out to him. Let's see here. Infinite Heroes on the truck, Clocks by Christopher. Who else we got? Oh, Lucinda's Sleek and Unique VIPs, Color Street Nail Strips. Checker Flag Network for putting on the broadcast. People Against Distracted Driving, and hope everybody's safe and staying healthy.
Sounds good, man. We look forward to seeing you at a plate track next week. You weren't there for Daytona, I don't think, with these guys, so get to see you in a little different animal. So
Yeah, we got a late start this year, so it'll be. I'm fired up to get Talladega and have some fun there.
sounds good.
Well, man, you keep this up, you're going to be in the top 10 before we know it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many we're taking to the playoffs, so I gotta keep performing week in and week out so we can run for that championship.
Well, you take care of yourself this week, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Talladega.
All right, guys, have a good night.
You too.
User was
All
moved
right,
out
little
of your
race
channel.
summary: 135 laps, one caution, and just a little contact spin. No real damage, so no harm, no foul with these guys, and good clean race as usual. And as for us, tomorrow night for the Checker Flag Network, we head off to the Shut Up and Race Woody Design Series, and we are going to be at Richmond. So we're going to get some more Richmond action in the ARCA style cars.
It's a week full of Richmond.
Yeah, and then our Thursday night, tomorrow night kicks off at 8:50, and they run heats and the feature, and I believe tomorrow night 100 laps on slate for the feature.
I believe that we're running 150.
That sounds better. More laps, more fun.
I know it's 150 or 125.
Okay, so we'll be on air 8:50 for that. Either way, stop and check us out tomorrow night, and then Sunday night we're gonna be at Richmond with the GameWorks series. So yeah, we got triple Richmond broadcast. If you like Richmond, you need to watch us this week because that's where we're gonna be at. Links will all be on Checkered Flag Network. We're gonna sign off here. And you guys have a safe week. And we're going to leave you with our sponsor, Lucinda's Sleek and Unique Nail Strips. I put together a little something. So if you're watching, guys, get your ladies to the screen. And the web address is going to be on the logo. So dial up Lucinda and order some nail strips. For us, we're going to be out and have a safe week.